Hello learners, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sagar.Utekar and currently I'm running this series to share job openings for DevOps and SRE engineers. If you have watched my previous videos, you know the reason to start this series, right? So I was getting a lot of messages over the LinkedIn and Discord server, my community server, and in person as well that people are struggling to get jobs into DevOps and SRE roles. But that's not completely true. Let me tell you, there are so many openings for DevOps and SRE roles. But the problem which I am seeing by most of the learner is that they're not applying to the right roles. They are not getting applying through the correct referrals. Or the another mistake they are doing is simply applying without modifying their resume, without putting any efforts into their resume, without even reading a JD. Once if they are saying the DevOps engineer title in the job opening, they're directly applying. But what I feel is that there is a method if you want to get that interview call from that company or the recruiter, then there is a proper process from the learner side or the applicant side as well that you must follow. And that is the reason I have created this series where I'll break down the JD. I'll help you to understand what are their requirements, what is the interview process, how much you can expect, and what is the interview process, how to get a proper referral. So all these things I'm going to share in this series. So far, I guess I have created more than 7 to 8 different videos in this series, and this is a new one. So welcome back after very long time. I'm creating this video after more than I guess 1 or 2 weeks, and I um, yeah, so I guess more than 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, definitely. But this today's opening is very special because I got reached out by the founder itself for this opening, and it's not exactly DevOps engineer role, but you will work into OpenTelemetry or the observability side um, project, and this is one of the fastest growing startup I would say in India in the observability domain. So let me start sharing what the startup I was talking about, and get started with that. Okay, so I'm talking about Synos. Synos is a open telemetry native logs, metrics, and traces in a single plane platform. Synos is an open source alternative for Datadog or New Relic. Get your APM, application performance monitoring, logs, traces, metrics, exceptions, and alerts in a single tool. Think I just watched this video and it looks like very similar to Datadog or New Relic, and it's very promising. If you see, this Synos platform is being used by very huge companies like NetApps, Samsung. Salesforce is also using, Comcast is also using. If you want to um, listen to customer stories, which is again the best part, if you are going for any company, then you should always read their customer stories to impress or interview. That's a brown. That will give you some extra brownie points, right? So make sure you go through Sinus website, watch this video to understand how it works. Try to set up it locally. Uh, it's it can help you to ingest data from more than 50 plus sources and send your data and start monitoring using Sinus platform. And they provide dashboards, alerts, exceptions, logs, metrics, traces, and internally they use OpenTelemetry. So that's the best part, right? So you will see here that they provide application performance monitoring, distributed tracing, log management, metrics and dashboards, exceptions, alerts, sending alerts to your Slack, PagerDuty, and all the notification channels. So yeah, single tool for observability. Wonderful. I really like this product, and that is why I'm recommending you to apply for this company. But don't hurry. I'm going to share some extra tips to get call from Sinos. Okay, if you want to join their open source community, then there is a link. You can join using this link. Click on join the community, and if you are interested into contributing to open source project, then this is a very good way to start with. Okay, that is pretty much about Sinos, which I wanted to cover. Let's talk about what are the openings they have. They are hiring for DevOps engineer support role, and what they are expecting is that this is not typical DevOps role. If you are looking for someone to just manage the infrastructure without customer interaction, you should stop reading now. Um, okay, we won't because we want to work in the DevOps role where we will get chance to interact with customer as well because that is they are the users and we need to understand um, how our platform is behaving in the customer environment to improve it. Okay, so what they are looking for is a technical enough to solve complex distributed system problems. You need to debug OpenTelemetry instrumentation issues, optimize ClickHouse performance, troubleshoot Kubernetes deployments, and architect solution for observability at scale. And customer focused with engineering mindset. Yes, created building infrastructure and processes. You will create tooling, automation, and process that help both the customers as well as internal teams. Someone who can scale technical operations. You will build the foundation for customer engineering function and grow into leadership as we scale. That's great opportunity. If you have 3+ years experience into DevOps, platform engineering or SRE roles, working with production systems at scale, this is the right opportunity for you. Strong learning skills, you can quickly pick up any new technology and deep dive into complex technical problems. Hands-on experience with observability tools like Cynos, Grafana, Prometheus, Datadog, or similar platforms. Production Kubernetes experience, managing clusters, troubleshooting, deployments, understanding networking and storage. In OpenTelemetry knowledge, understanding of instrumentation, collectors, and distributed tracing concepts. Programming skills, any language like Go, Python, JavaScript, any cloud experience, AWS, GCP, Azure, customer engineering mindset, and what they are not looking for, or your application will get rejected if you are fresh grad out of college, a DevOps engineer who only want to work on internal infrastructure, and those who are comfortable with open source community, uncomfortable with open source community engagement. So this is pretty much, and this is a remote opportunity, I guess. So this sounds very good opportunity to work at one of the fastest growing startup in India, and the pay is good. The role which I got approached was for the DevRel engineer. They are hiring for a couple of different roles. So if you are not one of DevOps engineer or DevRel engineer, you can check out other openings as well, and make sure you are checking the location. So these openings are for India. So for India, they're hiring DevOps engineer, DevRel engineer, forward reply engineer, observability architect, and product designer. So we'll focus on the two roles, DevOps engineer, DevRel engineer. And if time permits, then we'll go over the observability architect description as well. Okay, so for DevRel role, what we will work on is on the documentation end to end, since their product is being used by one of few of top companies, and that is the reason for such platform. I guess they also provide the open source as well as enterprise edition. So for that reason, they need to have the best documentation for their customers or the clients to use. That is why they are putting some efforts on improving the documentation or having the good documentation, which will help customers to onboard quickly. We will shape the primary learning path for every Synos users from first Hello World to advanced production tuning. As I said, for anyone who is coming to Synos, they need to have very good experience getting onboarded to Synos. Work on the global dev infra product. Your audience is engineers, SREs, and platform teams around the world. First part to product roles. Documentation is core to our user experience. The product insight opens doors across the organization, and it's a remote first culture. So no offices, flexible hours, and async friendly processes. This is a remote opportunity. You don't need to go to any office. You can work remotely. And what you will do, you will write documentation, set the structure, tone information architecture, deep dive into code and configs, reproduce user setups, debug issues, and translate findings, create onboarding flows and tutorials, partner with engineering and product, review PRs for doc impact, champion doc first thinking, and surface user feedback, engage with the community in Slack, GitHub, identify the gaps, and turn common pitfalls into solution pages. What they are looking for is someone who have 2+ years experience with SRE DevOps platform, who can read and debug at least one of program written in Go, Python, JavaScript, or any of three. Love untangling conflicts just with the system problems, write crisp, developer-friendly prose, and enjoy explaining why as much as how, and is customer obsessed. Nice to have if you are maintaining documentation for open source projects, SaaS products, familiarity with OpenTelemetry, ClickHouse, or Kubernetes, previous contribution to technical blogs, conference talks, or tutorials. Um, Again, they are highlighting they're not looking for someone who is just graduated from college without hands-on experience. Uh, but here is catch: if you have good internship experience or hands-on experience, then I think you should give it a try. Writers who preferably purely, sorry, writers who prepare purely editorial work without diving into terminals, repos, and PRs. Success looks like okay. So new users can instrument an app, send data to signers, and run their first race in less than 15 minutes, guided by your documentation. As I mentioned in the very first slide, what they are looking for, who can write smooth documentation, which will be used by their customers, and it will help them to onboard as quickly as possible. You will also help to answer community questions in the Slack and GitHub repos, and that is what they are looking for. The process is very simple. I got approached by the one of the founder, and then we connected over the meeting. We had a discussion. What are they looking for? What are my expectation? Role sounds pretty good, but at the same time, I think around the same time I joined CrowdStrike, and that is the reason I thought to drop this opportunity. I even got this assignment from them. So this is the assignment which they provide, and you need to solve that take-home assignment. Provide the solution into GitHub repository. Then you will have one more round with them where they will discuss about your solution and quick follow-up question, and they will provide you the best offer. Why I applied for this role, DevRel engineer? I'm um, even though it is related to documentation. But if you are following me from my LinkedIn or some other social media, you know that I love engaging with the community. I love delivering the talk, hosting meetups, solving the community challenges, answering questions in the different community slacks, and this sounds like a perfect opportunity for me, um, because without DevRel title, I was doing DevRel kind of things. Um, but yeah, maybe it is about destiny as well. So as I joined CrowdStrike before completing the process for the signers, and I wish them best luck. I'm sure they will find good DevRel engineers and DevOps engineers. That is why I'm helping them. Um, Not them as well as maybe they I'm helping them as well as my learners to reach to the right opportunity as a DevOps and SRE engineer. And I think this also looks very good role opening observability architecture architect, and it's pretty neat. Like they're expecting someone who have 2 to 6+ years experience as a software engineer or infra engineer, or sorry, your platform engineer, observability experience, cloud native expertise, customer focus, communication skills. So all three JDs are more of a similar, except DevRel is more focused on the documentation part, but observability architect and the DevOps engineer support role JDs are more of a similar. So process is very easy. Um, so what next? Um, to apply for the sign-ons, I would suggest that you should not apply directly using these links. Uh, okay, so you should not apply directly using their career site. Um, what you can do if you are active learner in my community, then let me know. Or if you want me to refer directly using my contacts or help me to connect with founders or the senior folks in the sinos, then let me know in the comments or in my community server. I'll help you to get right referral for the sinos. And you know the reason, because the number of applications which gets for these kind of openings are too many, like in tens of thousands or 5,000, more than 5,000. So we want to make sure that we are applying to the right process with a right referral or strong referral process. Okay, so don't make that mistake going ahead. Um, Reach out to me or my Discord community server or in this video comment section. I'll help you to connect or get strong referrals for the finance job opportunities. I hope this was informative, and I'll create more such videos. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching this video till the end. Bye bye.